Hello. Use Act 3 to defend a small tank with a skull that keeps telling you to look over here, but then a blonde guy in a suit appeared. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Act 3 freeze is a powerful ability, but you got to be like extremely close to the character. And if we're talking about the same kind of tank with a skull on it, and I'm thinking of, and it's not very safe to be around said thing. Also, can y'all hear me all right? I'm not used to this setup. Also, I actually have no idea why I'm doing this. I'm just strictly doing it because, well, first time for everything, right? You actually managed to do that? I'm doing this. I'm pulling myself away from that game just to do this because I actually want to get it done fairly quickly. Especially to me, I just can't put my finger on it. Okay, hopefully it's not too bad, because this place is not as enclosed as my traditional recording area, so you are gonna get like some echo to it. But I'm happy you can still hear me, that's good. What is my favorite animal, minus the turtle? My favorite animal is a cat, honestly. Never talk about it. Same here, man. I'm trying to get used to it, because sooner or later I'm gonna have to. So I'm just kind of just doing this for that simple reason. And also, people also seem to wonder sometimes, hey, you're doing this sort of thing. I can't even draw a dog. Hey, I'm not very good at drawing animals either, so you're actually not the only one here. Actually, animals are like my weak spot. I can't draw animals to save my life. Yes, I am looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2. I played a lot of the first... Actually, no, I played all the way through the first one. It was a really good game. Just can't wait for that just to get expanded on. You know? My favorite animal is a tiger. Are you looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2? Speedwagon versus Farmer with Shotgun. Who wins? Speedwagon. Then again, Farmer with Shotgun does have a power level of 5, so you might be able to overpower Speedwagon, but only for a little bit. Speedwagon in himself is just the god of our verse, so it's going to be very hard to even try. Have no artistic talent whatsoever. That's why I have to resort to presenting my story in literature form. I used to think the same thing when I was growing up. It really just takes a lot of, like, I don't know what to really call it. But as for me, I just, like, said, screw it. I'm gonna do it whether or not I'm bad or good. Oh yeah, anthro things. Yeah, those are fun. Writing is too hard, though. Can never explain something just how you want it. Drawing it is easier. can't even make a stick figure. I couldn't make stick figures when I first started out, and that's how progression goes. Again, I understand completely. Like, I'm not gonna be the type of guy that says it takes talent to do like artistic stuff, but it does take just a lot of like time to wanting to do something. Hey, Cody. Easy to draw stick figure in anime form. Hey, what's the probability of superhero movies die down and replaced by sports movies? The probability of it at this point is around 80%. Oh. Seriously? What's up with the stream? Can y'all hear me all right? Because I'm getting problems on my end. Okay, because on my end it just seems like it's frozen. But if you guys can hear me, it's okay then. As for the probability thing to replace sports movies, at this point I got a little like 75%, or not 75, 30 to 45, because Marvel movies, and despite the fact that they're not really all that good, DC movies, they're really taking up the helm. Marvel being the real, backbone of this entire thing, but definitely still a thing. It's gonna be a while before people start saying that superhero movies are no longer like the good thing. It's because they're trying to do the same thing. Not to Face Doctor Strange is next Wednesday, which is good. I watched the cast of Death Battle, and they said that particular battle is going to be crazy, and I can't wait. I like both Marvel and DC movies. Marvel movies have had that special place in my heart. The only real DC movie that I liked involving, well, live action, the DCU that they're doing, that I liked was the Wonder Woman movie. This is where the magic happens. Supergirl fan. Reno Wagon, Vinyl Scratch voice actor, MLP, plus chemistry as a team. Have you ever considered animating a 1-minute melee regardless of whether or not you submit it? I would like to make 1-minute melees if I could, like really bide my time. Is that like schedule my time correctly? Because tell you the truth, I tried doing that once, but I actually made the fight more than like 3 minutes long. So I'm like, okay, that's not a 1-minute melee, but it's a melee, all right. Hold on. Oh, convenience. It's cold as hell over here. How old will I not be in 2023? 500 years old. That's an easy question. You think of Mega Man or Kratos returning to Death Battle? I can see Kratos doing it, considering that he had a new game, and thus meaning that he has like new things to bring to the table. Even though in his fight with Spawn, I do have to question certain things that they kind of gave Kratos in that fight. Not saying that giving these things to Kratos would guarantee him the win, but I think it's just be a better outcome. Because as much as people don't like to say things like that, Kratos has reacted to things that he way faster than what they gave him. Aquaman movie in December. And can I just say this? You tried to make a one-man melee. Who are the contestants? The contestants were... It was... Darn it. It was a while ago that I tried this. It was a while ago. You know what? Hold on. I think I should have it on this computer. Okay. It was Kurata and Blake, apparently. No, don't know why I wanted Blake to fight at first, and then I just went over to and then I just went over to Yang afterwards, I guess. I don't know what my thought process is, but apparently I had one. Melee, maybe against Marcus Phoenix. I could see that. Marcus, I honestly have to say, I don't think Marcus has as much, like, a chance to beat him, but it's not impossible. Because that armor there is definitely futuristic to the point where it's going to take more than a few standard bullets from his chainsaw gun to be able to take it down. Mega Man Land game is coming out too. Turn. Yeah, that's also a good thing. I'm also happy that Mega Man himself is returning with a new game. We have been got the new Thundercats Roar cartoon coming out. I think nothing of it because I believe that it shouldn't exist. Why? What if Paradise is actually Yellow Diamond in disguise? I've been thinking that since the beginning. I'm excited for Venom movie. I was skeptical about the Venom movie for a while. Very skeptical. But after some time, I'm like, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm just kind of upset that it's not part of the MCU. Hopefully, if it's popular enough, they'll, put it in there. Master Chief should appear. Mark Phoenix, what if Sweetie Belle Stan is actually Moody Blues? That'd be all the JoJo fans in my circle. Halo and Gears of War should do a video game crossover too. I'm still waiting for Mega Man X to appear too. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't already. If Phoenix Wright appeared in 1 minute battle, who go up against? It's not many people I can say that Phoenix has even a chance to go up against. As if we're going with the Marvel vs. Capcom counterpart, where he's apparently God. I should know. I mained him when I got that game. Honestly, not sure. Take over the world. I know, I guess. Probably. With the right attitude, you could do anything with just paint. Audio became weird. How weird exactly? Because this is a weird setup, I will admit. I think Spike's voice changing too, with a new voice actor like Elijah, who was Spike's teenage voice. Alright. Maybe Spirit Attack will bring back Lionel from Thundercats. If they do it in the same vein of Thundercats Roar series, I would not be excited. Win a fight. Zombie Princess Morbucks or Connie Maheswaran possessed by Slender Man. Connie Maheswaran, because Princess Morbucks, if she's a zombie, and if we're going like traditional zombie rules where she has pretty much no brain and she just kind of just acts on instincts, Maheshwar, Slenderman possessing Connie would just make her stronger, technically. Morbucks would just be dumb. Plus, Slenderman can eat souls, so take the soul away from the zombie, you basically just got a husk that can't move. Unless you have something different that's operating. I'm hearing echo. Yeah, that's a thing people told me about. I can't fix that, it seems. Who will win a fight? Danny Phantom versus Jake Long. Danny Phantom. Jake Long, he can turn into a dragon and whatnot, but Danny has some skills that pretty much negates most of his attacks. Most of Jake's attacks. Okay, now it's fixed. How fixed? Jeez. I wish I could get like a good grasp on how my stream is doing, but seriously, I just got like just a constant screen of buffering on my end. It's very annoying. Who will win? Jin or Goku? Depends on circumstance, actually. The real fight, Sagata Sanshiro versus Saitama. Considering that we do find some limitations for Sagata Sanshiro, and we have yet to find a single limitation for Saitama, aside from not being able to breathe in space, it's a match, especially if you go off the Sagata Sanshiro that fought Chuck Norris. It's like, okay. Can Saitama break a Nokia? He'll definitely break the universe if he tried, but he'll definitely give it a shot. Fight should happen soon. Whatever Power Ranger would appear in Death Battle. I would like the Mystic Power Rangers. Mystic Force. That was technically right next to SPD Emergency. SPD Emergency's Power Rangers were my favorite Power Rangers growing up. What would you do if you found out the entire universe exists inside of an eye of a gigantic cat? I'd probably be indifferent because it's like, well, this is our life now. We now know where we are. Isn't that great? Honestly, Cinderman can't take Princess Morbuck's soul, mostly because I don't think she even has one. That's good. That's good. There's one. I like to see Power Rangers Operation Overdrive and in Death Battle. I don't think I've seen that one. If you use Death Note or on someone who has Resurrection, would they just die once, or would they keep dying since their name is still written there? I think how the Death Note works is that if you write their name down and tell them, and then you write down how they die, then it kills them that way. If they resurrect themselves, the book still did its job. It still killed them. You just now either need to rewrite his name to do it again, or vice versa. Who do you main in cross tag battle? Ruby. I know I main Ruby. I'm kind of alternating between Ragna, you, and Blake, actually, because Blake is a really good fighter. But I also just don't want to main primarily Ruby characters. You know, that's part of the reason why I got the game. The other part was Persona 4 characters. So I'm trying to just put either Ruby and you together, or just the main Scythe users. Team Scythe all the way. What's up? Light from Death Note versus Junko Isha from Danganronpa. Again, another circumstance of fight. You gotta put up a scenario of how exactly they're gonna fight each other. Darkseid, DC versus Thanos, Marvel, should happen in Season 5 finale. Super long fight, you'll agree? Well, I think we all, and most people, would enjoy a super long fight in any regard for any character. But, from experience, and I know this is 2D and 3D is a quote-unquote easier, animation takes a long time. Long time. So I completely understand according to the rules of alchemy, in order to obtain or create something of equal value must be lost or destroyed. So how did God create the universe from nothing? Well, in my story, nothing is equivalent to basically infinity, so if you sacrifice infinity to make another infinity, that being a lesser infinity known as the universe, since it's still growing, and the infinity of nothing is everlasting and not growing, is actually pretty much at the peak of what anything could ever get to, ever, which is what makes it so confusing to begin with, then it makes sense. But if you extract anything from this everlasting infinity, you basically take nothing from it, thus making nothing, again, nothing. Messed up. Down. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Well, Rachel has a Neo outfit, and then Incho with Ruby, and ES is too, and she has a Ruby outfit. That's neat. I'm waiting for Aigis to get into the game. Mostly because I'm waiting for Aigis to get into the game. Mostly because Aigis. Come on, really? I want her to interact with all the other like cyborg-like characters in the game. There we go. Finally did it. Isaac Okay, Dead Space versus Gordon Freeman, Half-Life, Death Battle style. I like Isaac. I like myself some Isaac. He was a character to me for a long time. Got me through those games. But Gordon Freeman's just another monster. Todd from X-Men versus Frog Girl from My Hero Academia. Frog Girl! And it's not because she's my waifu. Do you can make a good question if I actually tried? And of course, I actually try. I'm not sure myself since I never tried. All Might versus Superman. Superman. It depends on which Superman you're going with. If you're talking about the DCU Superman, I can see All Might taking him out. If not, just like stalemating him to a degree. Especially if we're going with Prime All Might. But if you're talking like certain comic Superman, then no, he stands no chance. His fight got rings. What else could he get after that? Maybe longer scales? I don't know. I'm fine with him being exactly how he is right now, but if I had to choose one thing that I would give him more, it's just make him a little bit taller, I guess. Smolder's height is fine. Too bad Penny and John aren't coming to the game. Yeah, that sucks. I would really like it, like, down the line. I was really hoping that down the line for DLC that we would get Team Juniper, but doesn't seem like that's the case. We're just gonna those four just the four main cast. I'm like, if you're gonna bring universes together, bring more than just four. Can't wait to see Spike going Super Saiyan. Superman versus Optimus Prime. Which Superman? This is important. Superman versus Optimus Prime, Spike. Early pennies. Yeah, okay. It is only one Superman. It is only one. What do you mean? It's a. You're talking about Cosmic Armor Superman. You're talking about Lost Traveler Superman. I think that's what he's called or something. You're talking about the DCU Superman. You're talking about the comic book Superman. You're talking about not the comic book Superman. You're talking about like New 52 Superman. You're talking about the Disney, not the Disney. You're talking about the animated Superman. There's not just only one Superman. I don't know where you got that information, David. DC Superman. And even if you go with just DC Superman, you got the Superman that can blow away planets by accidentally sneezing. You got the Superman that is New 52, which is literally a reboot of the entirety of the universe. You got the Cosmic Armor Superman. Like, what are you talking about? There's more than one Superman. Like how right now there's more than one Goku. There's Super Goku, standard, the end of DBZ Goku, Super Goku in the manga. What if you got pierced by a stand and got a stand with the power of doing absolutely nothing? I would be happy. Just being able to call a random thing out from my body and just say like do nothing is a-okay to me. just use the current Superman to be done with it. You can't just do that, especially if you go with Goku versus Superman. If there's actually a person right now taking every single version of Superman and putting him up against the strongest version of Goku that we currently have, and the majority beat Goku, then Superman beats Goku. You can't just put New 52 Superman, who can get knocked out by an exploding sun, and put him up against a universe-busting Goku and say, looks like Goku beats Superman, where you have another Superman that can bust universes himself. So why not put that Superman? But you can't just put that Superman, because that Superman has a different continuity from another Superman that was written by a completely different writer. That's how this works. So unless you're going to put every single version of a character versus a character who pretty much only has like 3 of himself at this point. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention GT Goku. It can't just be he wins because he beats this one version. Especially not to a community. For me, I hardly care enough to really want to really think about it that much. But whatever. I want the strongest version of Superman, and it depends if you count the Thought Robot as a Superman, since he's technically not a Superman, he is a robot. Yeah. Again, it's complicated. Hell, people you think Cosmic Armor Superman isn't even a real Superman. Give him Michael. Should join MLP cast. If the ability to stop slow time is overpowered, do you think that the ability to be immune to time stopping would also be overpowered, or would it be fair? It would be fair depending, because name all the people who can stop and slow down time. Now name all the people who can just be immune to that. You'll basically be on their level. It'll be considered overpowered in the sense that you can now fight off people who stop and slow down time. But if that's just your base power, name all the times you're actually going to use that ability. Jeez. I believe Dr. Fate will win if you don't count the robot. I guess the strongest and a strange visitor. Foster father. What's by Kevin? That'll be interesting. Honestly, I think you should either use the current one or the one who is the most fair when compared to the opponent. You know, that's a real good way of looking at it. Pick the Superman that is literally on the level as the character you're trying to put him up against, then do it. And if that version wins, then sure, okay. Because you can't just put like street level like Superman up against somebody and expect it to be fair. She-Hulk versus Phoenix Wright. Lawyer battle. I don't know She-Hulk. I know She-Hulk is a lawyer. I did know that. I don't read much of She-Hulk. Tell me about some of the things that she's done when she was a lawyer that can top the very things that Phoenix has done. Wouldn't Bizarro Superman count as a type of Superman? Technically. He is a reverse Superman, so he may not be Superman, but he's a type of Superman that could exist. TX Fodder also appeared in MLP, voiced by Mark Hamill. It's like, what exactly are you implying with some of these guys being voiced by certain people? It's like, I like myself some guest appearances, but they need to have a purpose. Cheese Sandwich was a perfect example of this, because if you had anyone else that isn't Weird Al Yankovic voicing that pony, I just feel wrong. The weakest version of Superman I know of, one from a really old cartoon. He's building level most and can't fly, man. Yeah, it would go with the whole can leap tall buildings in a single bound. What's the point of leaping if you can fly, right? Star versus Turtles. Does Quantum Superman count? He's a totally different character. Has literally nothing to do with Superman except for the name. Let's just go with anyone with the primary name known as Kal-El. If it isn't Kal-El, then no, don't count him. If he isn't referred to Kal-El in any way, you know, the traditional Superman name, his actual name, then yeah, you can count it as a person that it shouldn't be counted. Let's go with that limitation. Just like if you have some, if I go into the DC universe and I say I want to be a hero, Superman inspired me, so I want to be named Superman as well. Doesn't mean I'm audibly legible to be counted as one of the Superman, right? Like Superboy is sooner or later going to become Superman. Right now he's a boy. Sooner or later he's going to grow up, right? So we don't count him still because he's not Kal-El. I think that's a perfect way to put it. What if Superboy was even Superman's son? I don't know. Hey, Rose Lips. Captain America equals Captain Super. Do you often listen to music while you work? Oh yeah, very, very much so. It's weird how I'm, instead of doing, you know, the traditional thing where I listen to music, I'm instead, well, talk to you guys, which is very distracting. But I'm having fun, so that helps. It's very hard to get into comic books, especially now. Like every time I want to get into a comic book, there's like so much that happened and so much that will happen. I just go with the main story beats, such as like Civil War and stuff like that. There's a version of Superman who is a human but has Green Lantern's ring. There's also a version of Superman who decided to become Batman instead of becoming Superman. Exactly. Which kind of kryptonite do I like most? The pink kryptonite, because it turns them gay. I like gold because it's just the main way to beat Superman. is really weird. I love it. The comic Civil War sucked. It definitely was a cluster F, I can tell you that much. I definitely liked it better in the movie, mostly because it was more self-contained. But a lot of people seem to complain about that too, but those like those really die-hard comic book fans who like the jumbled up like characters and stuff. I also think the Infinity War battle in the movie was great, even though I know nothing about the Infinity War type of story in the comics. And I also, another thing that had a way more characters than we currently have now. But in a movie format, that's just the right amount of characters to use, considering how they managed to use them so well. Any more would probably be too much. Apparently there is not going to be any Dick Grayson in the DC Extended Universe, so much for Teen Titans. Oh, really? Oh, okay. His power's back after Justice 2. That's a touch, though. And we're talking about literally stabbing the guy through the chest and keeping it in there for a while. Getting a simple cut just kind of weakens him a bit and definitely loses his powers, but I'm talking like you jab him, like shank it a bunch of times in like the abdomen kind of thing. See, too much exposure will get rid of him. Just touching it obviously won't do much. It's like having a little tiny ring version of green kryptonite and expecting that's just supposed to just take him down instantly. Understood is why people say Superman is boring, because he is overpowered. Have people seen how powerful his villains are? A bunch of them could kick. Yeah, the thing is about Superman, they think he's too much of a Boy Scout and very powerful. I believe that from the Superman that I've been reading, he's actually a more multi-layered character than people give him credit for. And if I didn't like characters because they were overpowered, why do I like Saitama so much? See, so obviously there's certain things that just make a character a good character, despite just having their big strength. All right. Stream died. It's back. There, it's back. Kid David. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of in. I was really into this at this moment. I'm sorry. I gotta at least finish up the baseline of it. Hold on. I honestly don't know why it keeps happening either. I think it's because too many things are going on, I guess. I got the stream on this end. I hate this so much. Sometimes it's like, oh look, this is gonna be great, and then other times it's gonna be just the worst thing ever. It's trying to get a day, another day. Seeing where evil little girls, living doll, and a living doll fight a gigantic bubble. Fights a gigantic bubble. That's now in my head. In eternally optimistic characters, unrealistic. Why? What do I think of eternally optimistic characters? And that is just unrealistic. This is not a bad thing. I just feel like it is not realistic. Naruto from, well, Naruto is a fantastic example of this. And I can see why Kishimoto was like, yeah, he didn't really find Naruto that believable in one of the interviews. A dog versus Scooby-Doo. Courage the Cowardly Dog. He once screamed so loud he caused an entire crevice to open up in the of the earth and dropped all of his enemies inside. He also screamed so loud that he broke the sun. He is also good enough and apparently astral enough to hold on to the ozone layer and repair it with string. Courage the Cowardly Dog is also very, very, very durable. And braver than Scooby. You're using a pen or a mouse? I'm using a pen. I have one in the story. I'm writing. She's liked because she's happy to be alive after falling off a boat or shooting up in a jungle, eating bugs, and collapsing the side of a road. When I think of overly optimistic characters, the first thing that comes to my mind is one of the twins in American Dragon, Jake Long. Not sure if you know who I'm talking about, but in that show, there's two twins. One can see only good futures, and the other one can only see bad futures. The one that can only see good futures is all moody, depressed, and unhappy all the time because seeing nothing but good outcomes kind of just gets her out. As for as for the one that sees only bad futures, she finds the goodness all the time with that, which makes her overly optimistic about certain things, despite the fact only be able to see bad things. So, yeah, having a good reason could fix that problem of being unrealistic, and I believe you're in the ballpark when it comes to the survivalist type of mentality that she would have. What's your favorite public domain character? Not sure what you mean. Rephrase the question. Khan from Combat, and it's Bison from Street Fighters. Combat versus... Didn't they do that one? I know I remember them having M. Bison versus Shao Kahn. And Shao Kahn ate the soul of M. Bison, I believe? Hello. No, I turned it off on purpose. I'm hoping that fixes the stream somehow, because I believe that just too many things are going on. So I think if I turn off the webcam, it would help. If nothing changes, I'll turn it back on. Extended universe. Character that is not copyrighted and anyone can use. Oh, then I have to go with Kurata. I know it's kind of like stroking my own ego by saying that, but I gotta go with Kurata. There's really been no other character from any other story that I have both written, read, or discovered that is better than Kurata for me. But if I kind of have to pick one, I really don't know. Honestly. What are you drawing so far? I'm drawing an animation fight right now. A fight between one of my characters and another character. I'm not sure if I should... screw it. Might as well show you. If it's here. There you go. It's another thing. Let's see. Boop, boop. Hold on. I need to get to my folder. Yeah, okay. I think that pretty much sums that up. Madman Sabaru versus Sans. She's being slightly tied out. Any tips for writing a true good character? I don't know. Okay, when making a D&D character, when I made my D&D character, I basically just incorporated some of my characters and composited them a little bit. To make a good character is not just to give them a good backstory, but also a good personality. Simply put, just make them a character that can easily think of other things, and also not afraid to accept or deny things that the DM brings forth to you, kind of thing. If you have a character that is strictly one way, and then something comes up, and you don't know how your character is supposed to react because you yourself just thought it would be cool, it's not a good thing. So just to make a good character in D&D, just make them well-rounded. Is it Sans? Yeah. Sabaru versus Sans. I need to pay close attention to the chat. how you play D&D? The best way I can put it, since I only played like 1 to 2 sessions, since I never played D&D until like recently in my life, is that you have a DM, a person who is basically your god, put you in a story format with characters that you create and go on an adventure depending on which type of like play style that the DM wants to make and what type of world they're going to be put in and what type of monsters and stuff like that. He'll then come up with the stats and you roll your stats for your character, and then you basically just live out your life as that character in this fantasy world. It's mostly about imagination, pretty much. Oh, hold on. Let me do something right quick. I want to just go someplace. Give me a minute. All right, one of the funniest things that I was able to find out is that when Undertale came out, when Undertale came out and I fought Sans and basically knew everything about Sans, I saw that he has this thing where he has his eye. You know, that thing? Hold on. Alright. I'm gonna go here. Find. Why aren't you finding? I said find, not find. That's bad. Single it out, dang it. This thing's not working. Whatever, I'll just do it the hard way. There it is. Alright. Now I'm gonna just do something for you. Alright. Undertale. The thing is about Undertale is that as soon as the Sand things came out, I'm like, dude, Sans is doing the thing. Sans is doing the thing that Subaru does. But now if I create Subaru and throw him out to the world, people just think he's just a Sans clone. I'm like, how is that? Come on, that sucks. And apparently that's just a reality I'm just gonna have to live in. Subaru did the whole eye thing coming out your eye socket thing first. Dang it. Diamonds Unbreakable ended over 17 months ago. Part 5 never. Come on, you gotta keep hope. Shao Kahn versus Akuma. Akuma will probably win. Shao Kahn's strong, but the strongest Akuma can get can contest up with, can fight off against Asura, and that guy's a beast. How do you play D&D? Never played it. Let's try. Sadly. Do you have a Discord? Not one that I use frequently. Just get this blank screen here. The guy spends years trying to invent the umbrella only to find out someone invented it first while he was working. Exactly, that's my life in a nutshell. Like, you don't know how many times, you honestly don't know how many times I've created something in my story, saw it be done in an anime or a book that I read, and just said, well, guess I need to restart the entire universe. This happened so many times. I was once in a story that was centered around one city that is now centered around an entire omniverse, because I'm trying to be as creative as possible and try to start my own thing. But nope, things constantly want to come out and just be popularized. Thank you, Undertale. Nah, Subaru is just a Sans clone. Even though he came first. Enter protagonist. Yeah. Nice. Off rip. God dang it. Which is currently why I'm actually having them fight each other now. Do I have any tips of drawing eyes? Coming from a guy who's not really good at drawing eyes himself and does like the bare bones basics of how to make eyes, I can't really give you any real pointers. The only thing I can really say about any type of drawing thing that you try to learn, either go online and use something as reference, and until you have muscle memory of how doing it yourself and also putting in your own style in some way, or watch other people do it like live, and so you can kind of like copy their style in a way and also put your own spin on it again. That's pretty much how my evolution in drawing worked. I was terrible at drawing women for a while. And then as soon as I kept seeing this guy draw his type of woman, I was like, yes, I could do something like that. And then I came up with my own style. No, you get to choose an element: fire, water, earth, lightning, wind, ice, light, dark. A simple weapon and a spirit animal. What would you pick? I would go with lightning. My simple weapon would be a a standard sword. It wouldn't be much of a long sword. A spirit animal would be a penguin, and a spirit animal would be either a penguin or a cat. Definitely a penguin or a cat. Huh. Friends are usually the first one I would go for. And if you happen to know anyone who streams their type of drawing live, then go to them. Maybe there's someone spying on you, stealing your ideas. Trust me, there was one moment in my life where I thought that, and then I was like, that's pretty jaded for me to think. So it's just everyone has the same ideas sometimes, and then there are people who can act on those ideas while I still am kind of in training. I can't really put my work out there, so makes sense how other people already get to the punch before I do. Can't blame them. It's the fact that I've been creating my story since I was 6. Subaru didn't exist until 2012, and Sans didn't exist until 2015. What about a cat that that licks like a penguin? That looks like I'm gonna say looks like a penguin. I would like that too. That would work. It's easier for me to draw female girls. The majority of my girls are OCs. Yeah, I've been on your DeviantArt for a while, man, and I can totally see that. It's really good. Yeah, the heat is very brutal outside. I made a character for a story I'm writing that basically an evil version of Mary Poppins can control weather. Weather report, and her would probably get along. Also, I do live stream drawings on my YouTube channel. That's good. Oh god, worst joke yet. Probably. You know, without not spoiling it, because you know, even though it's been out for a bit, it's still not gonna say any spoilers. Tell you the truth, with the amount of memes that it should come up, yeah, people should be making memes right now about that. Huh. Looks like. Oh, yeah. Are you live often? Doing this? No. Just randomly talking in my traditional recording area? I would say at least once or twice every month at the least. What's the one thing you're hungry for? Chicken. Frankly, I'm always hungry for that. Never not hungry for that. Pizza, not much. Not much for pizza right now. At least not right now. So yeah, I like how I've only played the in Cross Tag Battle. I only played so far was the BlazBlue story and the Persona story. And I like how so far Ruby has done nothing but simply rush her opponents whenever she's about to show up, and I love that. I think they're deliberately trying to make Ruby way more adorable than she needs to be in that game. Do you think alcohol would affect gems? You don't have organic bodies, but it would be funny to see Pearl drunk. It would be, but the way to get drunk is to have the, you know, the whole blood circulation deal. If you don't have any blood to circulate throughout your body, I don't think the alcohol is gonna do much. Especially if you don't have blood to begin with. So, like how Kurata, in my story, her blood doesn't circulate at all. It's just sort of there. So if she drinks, nothing's really going to happen to her since it doesn't really go and doesn't mess with her brain functions at all. How did you get your art style? What influenced it? When I first started out drawing, I was 6 years old and I was just doing stick figures. And for a long time, it's just been nothing but stick figures. And then I eventually evolved that style once I got through watching Inuyasha. And as soon as I stopped watching Inuyasha, then after going out through some cartoons and putting a more cartoonic flow on my art style, it just sort of went there. The main influence that got into my most modern style was definitely anime, of course. I think Naruto, Bleach, you know, One Piece, those type of art styles really got into me after a while. But for like a good 7 years, I was just self-teaching myself. Since I had no art classes when I was growing up. Kinda. You're here, though. That's good. You're gonna go as the air conditioner. Alright. One thing I don't like in my own writing style is that X response, X says, and X acts gets repetitive after a while, but I can't replace those. One way to fix this is, one way to fix that is instead of doing it in the format that you're currently doing it in a book format, how about you do it in a script writing format? That way you can just put character and the character's name and then write their dialogue and then just have it flow that way. That's a good way to have your dialogue just flow better and without having it be like responds and says and acts. But if you do want to put it in that style, it also helps with how you can actually think of other ways and other words to even use in general. See a Marvel movie crossover to ever happen. What if alright, voice of Spider-Man in it? Versions of him. It really depends if Tobey Maguire wants to reprise his role like that. I'm currently okay with the current Spider-Man voice actor we got. Now, if you want to do a Spider-Verse, you know, like other universes where you get Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man working together, That would be awesome, but even though I'm pretty sure that's never gonna happen. Have you seen Kim Possible? So who's your favorite character? Kim Possible. But to be frank, it has to go to Ron. I love his arc. I love what he then becomes at the very end of the series. Are you looking forward to Incredibles 2? Heck yeah. And who is your favorite character from The Incredibles? Gotta go with Dash. He was kind of like me growing up. When I say kinda, I mean almost exactly to a T. Even with the running everywhere, I just wasn't as fast as him. Do you think there is any plausible way for a character to undergo an extremely traumatic experience and still maintain their sanity? Yes, I do. I believe that is 100% possible. It really depends on the person's mental state in general and how they deal and cope with said thing. Like my grandfather was part of World War II, and he said he experienced a lot during that time, but he stayed in his right mind no matter what happened because he wanted to be there for us in the end, because, you know, he's awesome. So, yeah, it's very possible. It really also depends on what kind of traumatic event you're going with. Watching loved ones die, watching comrades that you grew to love die, type of thing. War in general. Like, it really depends. If you're tortured for several years and then you don't jump, jitter, or get any type of reaction when that torture item is by you, near you, or randomly sprung on you, then that's something. Again, it's all some circumstances, man. Green Lantern versus Nova. I don't know much about Nova. All I do know about Nova is from what I got to see during the Ultimate Spider-Man show. started writing a story planning on killing a character off halfway through it, but I ended up liking the character so much so I changed my mind. Don't do that! Do not do that! And of course, don't listen to me. I'm just one type of story writer, so whatever I say, you don't have to. You don't think I'm being serious about this. But whenever I make my story, I love the hell out of Kurata. I loved her like she was my own flesh and blood. But I had to do it. I had to do it. It was at this point she had to die. Like, gotta do it. It's part of the story. If I don't do it, Jules not gonna progress the way I need him to, and the rest of the story doesn't need him to change the entire story output in and of itself, making my entire planning of these stages of the entire story could become moot, and I have to restart and become one of those types of manga artists or artists in general that don't plan out their stuff all the way through. My stuff is planned, and every story beat is being done no matter how much I like a character. No matter what. But again, don't listen to me. do your story your way. If you like your character and you find use for them later down the line, go for it. As for me, I gotta stick with my original script. If I deviate from it, that's like a whole lot of planning because it's a long story and it's like messing with the timeline. If I mess with the timeline, a lot of things are gonna be changed. A lot. Alright, I'm about to test this out and just to see where it is right now. Just to see if the flow is exactly how I'm thinking it's supposed to be. If it's not, then I have to restart. If no, if yes, then I'm doing good. But first things first, let me do this. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Lex Luthor. I generally only kill established characters if their death causes a large progression of another character. Exactly what the character death is meant for. Yes, yes, good job. Alright, let's see here. What's changed? Delete. Put these in. Oh wait, hold on. Nope. Alright. Import. Here. Down, 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 down. Don't tell me. God dang it. Stupid. There it is. Alright. Delete. Delete. All right. Oh. Okay. Just turn this down. Can y'all still hear that? Hold on. Maybe just to get the Tommy gun from. He just has it. Their character's name is it's Red Dragonborn. I would love it if you want a name Dad. Her dad is a digger, a dickier version of Amber's dad from MLP. Sal Dern. Sal Dern. Gotta go with that. Turn that down. Let me check. Okay, definitely need some polish. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do more in-betweens. But the initial attack is good. Let's see here. I'll do this. Alright. Let's see here. I'm trying. What's your favorite slasher movie? I don't really have one. Don't really watch slasher very much. Maybe if I do this. Display capture. Properties. There you are. Display 1. And let's put that over here. And then do this. Yes. Okay. Alright, for those of you who are here, you might as well get like a little bit of a sneak peek, I guess, if you feel like it. That depends if you want to. What I have so far. I can wait a good minute or so. If not, I can just cut the stream off here. And I can just continue on my own work. Let's see here. Yeah. So, okay. Alright then. Sure. Let's do that then. Please do. Alright. Tell me if you... Okay, I'm gonna play this right quick and tell me if it's too loud or not. First, can you hear it? And is it too loud or not? Can't hear anything? Okay, you can hear. Make it a bit louder. Alright. How about that? Yes, it's Megalo Strikes Back. That's gonna be the fight music. Good? Yay or nay? This is good? You can hear? Alright then. Here you guys go. Hopefully it's good. Hold on. What is it doing? What is this doing? Alright, that's it. I'm honestly liking the beginning part so far. I just need to put more in-betweens on the second little jumpy bit, and yeah, the rest is gonna be pretty easy to do. Thanks. That's thanks. I'm trying to capture Sans' personality just right because him. The reason why, also to Cody, Dr. Doom versus Lex Luthor. Yeah, I think Dr. Doom would probably beat Lex at his strongest. Okay. As for everyone else, for the reason why I'm doing this fight in general was not just because I created. How long did it take me to complete this? Like maybe a week, where I am right now. That's good. I'm happy I'm doing Sans alright. The primary reason I'm doing this is because Subaru and Sans are almost exactly the same in the sense that they live a life where they cannot stop suffering. Sans constantly having to go through every single timeline where he either needs to watch his friends die, live a false dream that this is the time that he finally gets a happy ending, and so on and so forth. Subaru constantly lives out his life with two spirits living inside of his body, killing anything and everyone that he could even find any sort of sentimental attachment to. And this fight is just going to be two sufferers fighting one another for the sake of whatever it is they need to do. For context, Icon came by, threw Icon in this universe, said the only way you can do it is by beating Sans, and the only way you can come back is by beating Sans, and now he's going to go do it. You should do this animation for a theatrical movie, too. I wish I was that good, which I did not. Character models are pretty nice, my dude. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Is this a stream?
Yes, it is a stream, Josh.
Oh. Well, hi guys. I'm here for a quick second. Hold on. Let me just intrude. One moment. I make this resume. Okay. Well, that's all I do. Goodbye. Also, you should pay attention to your phone more.
Pay attention to my phone more? Well, when I'm doing a stream, I can't really pay attention to my phone, and I'm sorry I missed your calls.
It's fine. But just like over there, case. But I don't have it on ring.
You know, Josh, it's not every day where you call me to say, oh, can you resume my upload or whatever you're doing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Cool. But this is in the future.
Gotcha.
Bye.
Yeah, later. Goat, everybody. Hey. All right. Okay. Yeah. Goat just needed to. Goat had apparently he forgot to send his project over to his Google Drive, and now he just had to do that. There you go. You should do this animation for a theatrical movie. I don't think I'm that good yet. The character models are pretty nice, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble drawing Sans in the beginning, but thanks to Camila, I now have techniques. Can you go back up the chat and answer my question? It depends on how far away it was, Rose Lips. You can just put it again now that I'm more aware, since I'm not, animating anymore. I'm pretty much taking a break now. So now that it's just making me feel bad because I hear about to kill everybody. I think, hey, character that is constantly suffering too, except he's doing to himself. That's when it comes to Sabaru, like that is just like the pinnacle, where he has these two. His life starts out with him being born with his eyes closed and spent 3 to 4 years of his life just being pampered by the two spirits living inside of his body, and as soon as he opened his eyes, he immediately killed his parents and any other relative that was with him and that gave him birth and was by his side. He didn't care that he did it since he didn't really. He immediately killed. Then there's a lot of other stuff that happened, but I'm gonna wait until actually get into the story portion with Sabaru before actually spouting it all here. But just know, he's part of my main 3 characters that I went out of my way to make lives truly terrible. Sabaru being maybe the second to worst that I did. Probably gotta go with another character on that one. Hi. Hi, dull potato. Goat. The animation like this too. It really depends on the character. I really have a very niche set. Yeah, it does suck. Trust me, I know Google Drive sucks. But I also have a very niche set of like people I know how to draw. So if I'm gonna do a DC/Marvel animation with their characters, I need to be sure that I'm able to draw them consistently with different frames. Like Sabaru on himself, like hold on. Sabaru on himself is just kind of he's a wild card for me. And Sans is kind of when it goes against the grain. So it really it's like that. I'm happy you guys liked it, by the way. I didn't know if I get to finish the thanking you guys. Hopefully you're able to hear like the ambiance, right? I put the sound. I can't really call it music. The sound of But Nobody Came, and it really sets the tone. Because if I had to choose between meeting Chara in a dark alley and meeting Sabaru in a dark alley, it's really up in the air of which one I'll be more scared of. Because since I know Sabaru and I see him in a dark alley, I'd be scared. Chara, on the other hand, I'd be scared, but it really, like, how scared would I really be? Like, would I rather be stabbed to death or ripped apart and torn to pieces mercilessly while also making sure, while the spirits that live inside them, they make sure they have fun with their body, not just get rid of it. Stream is offline. Yeah, definitely a point in between there. Can't cut corners. So my character's name is... Yeah, I've already answered your question, though, Rose Lips. I already answered it. I said cult. Now I need to remember the name again. I said it when the first time you said it. I said Saladon. Something along those lines. Saladon. We didn't know it started with an S. Internet issues? To tell you the truth, it shouldn't be internet issues. It's weird that it is internet issues. Because it shouldn't be internet issues. Because no one else is using internet except for me. So my bandwidth should be stellar. But it isn't. It's weird. It's very weird. Or YouTube just hates me. And my favorite spirit out of the two have to go with Ice Blue. And also, I know, frankly enough, that Sans is not supposed to have Papyrus's scarf, but I just find Sans with Papyrus' scarf way better. I think this is a good time to end the stream anyway. You got to see a little tidbit. I'm not going to upload this until after I'm done with quote-unquote Sans' first attack. So as soon as I'm done with Sans' first attack and Sabaru basically taking it, then that's when I'll upload this. And then just to say, hey, everyone else on the channel, I'm doing this battle. Hopefully you'll be excited for it, because this one's going to be hard. It's going to be the hardest fight. That's why currently Kurata versus Yang is currently on hold. Spell it. Hold on, I need to do this. Saladon. Yeah, and yeah, hopefully when it does come out, it'll be just as good as it's in my head. It's gonna be a good close fight. Before I go though, who do you think is gonna win, Sabaru or Sans? I am not biased to my characters. I have proof, and that is Ruby versus Judo and Kurata versus Yang Part 1. If my characters are not ready to fight a certain character, I am not afraid to have them lose. So tell me now, Sabaru or Sans? I would not blame you for either one. Quickly, I will end the stream as soon as I feel as though I got as many answers as I need to. Things off. Where are you? Alright. Thanks. I have no schedule. You will literally randomly find me. Sabaru doesn't love Sans. That puts him at a bit of a disadvantage. I say Sans. Sabaru may not love Sans, but two others seem to. And trust me, those two's level of violence is pretty big. Pretty big. It's the fact that Sabaru... Here's the thing, Yater. I'm gonna tell you. Sabaru doesn't kill people. His spirits do. So, if you're used as a weapon, does that mean that you're also the person who killed, even though you had no intent to kill them? And all the intent went to the things that are actually killing them? Sans is not immortal. He dies. He's only like a certain type of immortal due to how many times they reset the timeline. He doesn't die as long as Char doesn't kill him and doesn't reset the timeline. But he can die. He can very much die. One hit. He only has 1 HP. He can die. Sabaru in of itself, though, he has no level of violence to actually have karma put upon him. But it doesn't mean Sans can't still hurt him. Named Epozilla. Idea stands for Cinder. Now, that's a nice one. Immortal. Alright, but right now I currently have one for Sabaru, one for Sand, one on the fence trying to find out if Sans is immortal or not. And I already have the outcome in my head, so until I actually put it down on animation terms, that's when that's when you get to see. But tis to say, the outcome will be shocking to you. Alright, so I'm gonna end things off here. Hopefully by this time next week, maybe I might have it. And that's about it. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done by that time. So this is Do You Want to Be a Universe? Hope you've been enjoying the stream. And for anyone who's watching this like after the live stream's over and was able to see the sneak peek, good. Tell me what you think about it in the actual comment section, if you actually watched it for that long, that is. And I'll see you guys.